back to Coating Gaming, and we are here for episode number 47 of our 1816 Munich Football Manager 20 Let's Play series. And in today's episode we have the end of season awards for our, I believe, second season in the Bundesliga. Yeah, second season in the Bundesliga. We finished 12th last season, finished 14th this season, which we managed to secure on the final few games of the season, and things are alright. We've got some player stats here. We've got David Otto as the top goal scorer with 10 goals, Carlos with the highest average rating of 7.3, Strela with the most assists of 7, Carlos best pass completion, Carlos most player of the match awards, Dijkman with most yellow cards and 9, and then most red cards we had Leone with just the 1. And let's get into it. Let's have a look what we've got here. So, fans player of the season was Carlos with 37% of the votes, Hart Vixen with 30%, Otto with 21%. The goal of the season was Darius Sapper against Stuttgart, which we'll see in just a second. Signing of the season was Carlos for 7.13 million from Gremio, and a young player of the season was Carlos, who is still only 18 years old and looks pretty good. He is now officially a wonder kid as well, which is good. 4.6 million value at the moment. So look at Sapper's goal of the season for us. So he's pretty much a settled side of part. The only difference between Königsmann is now no longer in goal, but Arajo is into the opposition box. He passes it to the edge of the D, and Carlos just hits it. Not really the greatest goal of the season, but we'll take it. That was a 1-1. 5 minutes gone and it was 1-1 against Stuttgart. My God. Yes, that was a fantastic game. It was 3-3 with Fetiarp getting a hat-trick against us. Fair enough. So the season review, 1860 Munich had been expected to be relegation candidates heading into the season, and although that was the case, they were delighted that they have finished with their heads above water. 1860 Munich started badly, sinking to 13th by November, but they produced when it mattered and were able to avoid relegation when it was all said and done. The match of the season was a 4-0 win against Bayer Leverkusen, and the moment to forget was a 4-0 loss to Borussia Dortmund. Our average attendance was 14,953, which is 99% full, so we need a bigger stadium. And we got the joint highest players used with 28. We finished 14th in the Bundesliga, and we lost in the second round against FC Köln in the DFB-Pokal. Let's have a look at some of the stuff. The dressing room atmosphere is poor. The issues in the season, Liga was out for 50% of the season with 3 injuries. Mark Wright was out for 24%. Matos out for 18%. So yeah, there's a few players that missed quite a lot of the season, and that will need to be addressed. And this was break. And let's have a look at let's have a look at the squad list at the moment in time. Let's auto-size all that. And let's have a look at current ability. So our best player at the club is either Galani or Slattery, which is good. Carlos, Springer and Sapper and Killian, Schmidt, Hartvigsen, Luca with 3.5 star, Otto, Begard. So we have got a decent side at the moment. If we look at the potential ability and we look at the lowest ones, there are some people that are going to need to move on. Those 4 definitely. Malbasic, Matos, Königsmann and Brock, they're all pretty much at their potential, and they're above the age of 22, so they need to move on. There's a couple players that I would, depending on offers, I would let leave. Liga, Begard, Oranjo, Otto as well, to be fair. That group of 4 I would let leave if the offers came in. Some of them are valued at quite high. David Otto 9.5 million, for instance. Begard 4.1, so on and so forth. And yeah, we've got a lot of things to do, and there is someone, I can't remember who he is. Let's go to Dortmund's team. I can't remember his name. Senior squad. Werner Kregelmeier. I am after this kid, and if we can get him, obviously he is going on a free currently, but if we approach to sign him, I don't believe he's interested. No, he's not interested currently. So if we can get Craig Meyer back into our team, because we did sell him for 3.8 million to Dortmund, if we get him back, it would be great, because he's currently operating at Bundesliga level and would be a superb signing. So if we can get him back, that would be fantastic. But let's jump ahead until the final day. Not technically the final day of the transfer window, but the first game, which will be our first DFB-Pokal game of next season. So I will join you there. And we are here. You have joined me on the 9th of August 2026, and we have our first game of the season. It is the DFB-Pokal game against Rain, or TSV 1896 Rain Amlek, to be precise. Team in the amateur division, the northeast, northeast maybe for Nordost. I don't know, north or northeast. And there has been some transfer news, and let's have a look at the transfers. So, let's start with the outs, and we will do it based on when they went out. So let's have a look at Marcel Brock. He went to Werder Bremen for £875,000. Renato Matos went to Stuttgart for £900,000. Robert Flora came back off his loan from Eintracht Frankfurt. We had an all right, I guess, season in the Bundesliga, and then Osnabrück decided to come in for him, 1.7 million, fantastic deal. We sold a Liga for his value of 700,000, at least what he was valued at us. He's valued a little bit more. He went to Saint Etienne. We then loaned Marcus Putz to Heidenheim again, loaned him again. He's a decent winger, currently 3-star, current ability, currently operating on a Bundesliga 2 level, so he gets his second spell in the Bundesliga 2, and last season he got 8 goals and 32 appearances. And he so far got 1 goal and 1 appearances for Heidenheim, which is his second season on loan to them. So he's bedded straight back into that team. We then sold Ralph Deutsch to Holstein Kiel for 275,000. Patrick Burke to Borussia Mönchengladbach for 525. Timo Königsmann to Wiesbaden for 250,000. Sad to see him go. He did do a lot for us in those seasons, but he never really got a great average rating, hovering in the 6.8s, but never anything higher than that. So he's gone for 250,000. We then sold Bagade to RC Lens for 4.5 million, which I think was a cracking bit of deal. He is valued a little bit more just because they're regarded as a higher or a higher reputation team as they're 3.5 stars. I believe we are still 3-star. And then we loaned out Ruben Toll to Darmstadt to give him another season of just growth, I guess. He was out on loan in the Bundesliga 2 last season and the season before that, and he's progressing steadily. He has got 1 assist from 1 appearance and the player of the match for an 8.2 performance. Great so far. Hopefully he can keep that up. We then loaned Sidney Cristiano to Wiesbaden as well. So he joins Königsmann from our contingent there. I was trying to sell him because he's 2-star current, 4-star potential, maybe potential 3-star, maybe 4-star potential. But no one was going to get anywhere near his value that we paid for him. So I feel like if he has 1 good season down in the Bundesliga 2, people might come in for him. Eric, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Eric, he went on loan to Hoffenheim for just a season in the Bundesliga 2, because they got relegated last season. They came 17th and went down, second last obviously. We then sold Christian Schmidt to Hertha Berlin for £7 million, which was a fantastic deal because he's only valued at 4 million. Wasn't the greatest. He only had 3-star, maybe 4-star potential, so we let him go. They put in a big offer for him. He didn't really feature from us, but it was pretty much a 10 times the amount of money we paid. We paid for him. We got back. So fantastic bit of deal. And then David Otto has left the club for Al Arabi Sports Club from Qatar. He is there only straight in there as a key player. Fair enough. £10 million for him as well. Outvalued at 8.25 over there. But again, great servant of the club. He had that one fantastic season for us in the Bundesliga 2 when we got promoted, and he got 10 goals in both seasons. But I feel like we've got younger players in who should be better. And if we look at the ins now, not as many as the outs, only £8 million spent. And you will see at the top of the list, Werner Kregelmeyer. Yes, we did get it back on a free. Thank God he is on a 5-year deal. 4-star current ability, 4-star, definitely going to be 5-star potential. Wonder kid, keeper, beautiful bit of business there. Sold him for 3.8 million, got him back on a free. He was one of our best youth prospects we've ever actually made. So we got him back, thank God. We then signed Sheba from Melody Sundowns. No idea where that's from. He's South African, so it's probably a South African club, for £675,000. 2.5-star current, 3.5-star, maybe 4.5-star potential. He is a winger on that left-hand side. Professional personality, gets into opposition areas, tries killer balls often. Fantastic player. Doesn't have the greatest jumping reach. Currently operating at the Bundesliga 2 level, but he has got the potential to be a Bundesliga left winger in the future. We then signed, seeing as we got rid of Christian Schmidt, we needed, and Bagard as well. Where is he there? Since we got rid of Bagard and Christian Schmidt, we needed a backup we needed at least a starting quality centre-back. And that's when Juan Luis Lastra came up from Liga de Quito for £3.9 million. He looks great. He's a 19-year-old Ecuadorian, 5 million valued, 3.5-star current, 4-star maybe potential, wonder kid, driven centre-back. He looks the business. Currently operating at a Bundesliga level. It is fantastic. I like him, and he comes in as our best centre-back at the club. We also just signed Nye from Flamengo for 2.5 million. Now, Nye is another centre-back. He's a bit more of a one for the future, possibly. 2-star current, 4-star potential, maybe 5-star. Resolute centre-back. He is currently only operating at a 3-Liga level, but could provide some backup to the more established players like Sahinovic. Carlos might drop back into the defence if needed, but he is a resolute person, which is great. And we just signed Bernier from Lille for £800,000 as well. I bought him because of his stats, and he looks decent for an advanced forward. 2.5-star current, 3-star, maybe 4-star potential. 19-year-old French guy. He comes in to provide a little bit of competition with Kylian and Buttershon. And Kylian and Buttershon is the reason why I let Otto go, because if we have a look, our squad is now bloody small. Let's go into tactics actually. If we have a look at Buttershon, with finishing of 16 and those physicals, he should be a much better player than 3-star current ability and 3-star potential. So hopefully we can get some goals out of him. He had a decent season on loan after we bought him at Hamburg, 6 goals and 29 appearances. But he looks like a better player than he should be. And this will be the team for the first game of the season. It's slightly rotated as much as we possibly can. And do we? No. We only have got 3 established centre-backs currently. I am planning on buying another one just in case. A deal should be going through at a moment in time. Actually, I can show you that. Let's have a look at it. It is Ingo Frenny for £1.2 million, £2,200 per week as well from Borussia Mönchengladbach. Decent at the moment. 6'2" player, but 2.5-star maybe, 2-star maybe 2.5-star, with 3.5-star maybe 5-star potential, which looks pretty good. And then we've also got a deep line playmaker as Agume, who should be coming in. He comes in just to fill that sort of void that we had when what was his name? not Slattery, the other one. Oh my god. I can't remember his name. What was his name? This is going to kill me. Christopher left, maybe? I was thinking it was someone else. Who was I thinking? No, it couldn't have been. It might have been. It could have been. Oh, Ledson. Ryan Ledson. Yeah, he fills the hole that Ryan Ledson left. And he's a bit 4 years younger, relatively the same stats and whatnot, so hopefully he can do well for us. But this is the team that we will start with. So we have Luka in goal, a back four of Strela, Newboy, Lastra, Sahinovic and Dijkman, Ramakic at the base midfield with Krominski and then Lettner. This is Andreas Lettner, an Austrian, 2-star current ability, 3-star, maybe 4-star potential. He's literally just going to be playing the cup games to rest some of our players if we need to. We've got Newboy, Shiba and Bernier on the wings, because there's a little bit of an injury crisis with Marcus Wright out for 5 days to 2 weeks and Arajo out for 6 to 12 days, which isn't that good. And Killian leading the line. I will probably put Buttershon in the team, but it might be for Bernier once we get underway. So let's kick off this game and hopefully we can have a great game. Squad number will be given for one player. He wants 10. He cannot have 10. He can have 32. Don't give me that. I haven't really done the numbers for this season yet. I think I might see if I can change them. But they are playing a 4-4-2. Interesting. Klinsmann is their key player as well. So we should be more than enough to beat this team. Let's say we should be winning this fairly comfortably. I will set the opposition instructions just in case I need to. Let's do those as wingers as well. And let's get into the game. Right, 10 minutes gone and we get our first highlight as Ramakic picks the ball up into Strela. What can he do here? Goes back to Lastra, finds Ramakic, back into Shiba now as he goes past one man. Can he manage to get a cross in? He can. Barnier's there, but doesn't quite get the shot on target. And Luka picks the ball back up into Sahinovic now. He's going forward, finds Krominski into Dijkman. We're playing the ball nicely between our players here. Back to Sahinovic. Can he find Lastra? He can, and Lastra now going forward a little bit. But goes, finds Sahinovic into Dijkman. We are playing around them like they're not even there. Bernier now gets the ball. So going forward, he does lose the ball occasionally, or slightly. Lettner picks the ball back up, finds Krominski now on the inside. Bernier on the overlap. There is another overlap coming if Krominski can find him. Goes back to Ramakic. We go out wide towards Shiba, who does pick up the ball. Crosses in. Bernier is there. Header over the bar. I'm actually going to go with a bit more positive mentality here. I'm going to time to get creative. Should inspire them. We are, quite frankly, destroying the team in terms of possession. Dijkman with the throw on that far side. Finds Krominski into Ramakic. Back to Sahinovic. Into Krominski. Ramakic. Bernier now finds Dijkman on the overlap. This is beautiful. Killian with the header. The opposition just intercepts, and there's a potential for a counter-attack here, but they do go long. Klinsmann tries to find their attacker, but Sahinovic picks the ball out of his feet. Now we come on our way forward here. Shiba now on this next side. Strela does make the overlap. Can he find a cross here? He goes back post. Bernier again, and Amaric Bernier doesn't need too many chances. He's had 3 so far, and his third one ends up with a goal. Beautiful assist by Strela. Nice floater ball to the back post. And we get off to a good start. 27 minutes gone, 1-0 up. Decent. Now I expect the floodgates to sort of open here as they try and go a little bit more attacking to get back into this game. Luka with the ball now. Finds Sahinovic into Krominski, who goes long to Killian. It's his first test of Killian's ability, and he shoots just wide off that left-hand post. And Lastra starts to highlight with the ball at his feet, goes back to Luka and finds Ramakic there into Sheba. Can we find another deadly cross? Strela picks up the ball, crosses in. Killian's there. Header on target. Their keeper manages to save the ball though. Kraminski now finds the ball and we go long over the top towards Killian. Now what can Killian do here? Can he find the finish? Keeper makes a brilliant save and we do get a corner out of it. And now we have got 6'6" Killian attacking that near post. So I'm very tempted to say that we might be deadly from corners and stuff, but not currently. As Kraminski picks the ball back up in another highlight. 36 minutes gone here, and our fans are just cheering every time we pass in the ball now. Kraminski finds Killian, back into Kraminski, through to Killian again, who I don't understand what happened there. Did he try and backheel it to Bernier? But nothing doing on that one. 40th minute now, and they are coming forward, but Strela with a nice defensive header finds Sheba, who controls it well, is running down this left-hand side. Cross into the box, Killian's there, and again, another tame header from Killian. I'm pretty sure his heading is better than this, isn't it? Yeah, he's got... Well, it's not the greatest. Dykeman with a long throw, though, into Ramakic. There's a cannoning ball in the area, and somehow we get a corner with Strela to take now. Savinic with a header towards goal from the edge of the area. Needed to be very good to beat the keeper there. And we do reach half-time with a 1-0 advantage. I'm going to say I'm not happy with the performance out there, but I am going to praise the people above 7. There's a lot more to come from you. Let's go back out there and actually get a second goal. I'm going to go attacking. I'm going to go all out here. We should be winning this by more than just 1-0. Obviously, we are using a very rotated side. Well, no, it's not even very rotated. It's half rotated in the areas that we can rotate. For instance, the keeper, obviously, is Luca this season for our cup keeper because Craig Omar comes in. And he might have just found a beautiful ball. Sheba's now running through. Can he find the ball? Kraminski's there. Has a shot. The keeper's not actually holding onto the ball. It's just floating in midair. Let's see if we can maybe potentially make a substitution. But they do have a highlight here. It was from a free kick. But Sheba crosses, clears forward into Killian, but they get it back. And now Killian's over the top here with a beautiful ball. Can he find the touch? He is offside. Strela with a long throw now. And drop it down to positive as Killian picks up this long throw from long range. Has a shot just out of nowhere. Never going in. And he is now having a 6.3. And I will make a substitution. Right, Killian can come off. Buttershon can come on as a advance forward. Don't want him as... no. We'll have him as... Yeah, complete forward. We'll have him as a complete forward. Dykeman might need to come off. We will bring Springer on. And it's going to be Lastra or Sahinovic for Hart Vixen. Maybe in 10-15 minutes time. As we have just utterly dominated. But we've only got one goal to show from it. Strela with a deep free kick. Ramakic with a header. And it's just not coming off here. Strela with another long throw from that left-hand side. Buttershon with a header. Obviously not as tall as Killian. But hopefully still will be able to do some damage with the long throws. Lastra's going to come off. I am going to bring on Hart Vixen. I'm going to move Sihnovic to the other side. Is that actually the thing I want to do? Yeah, they are in the correct positions there. And we have made all of our substitutions. I will drop it down to balanced. I don't want to push too far. We'll go a little bit more time wasting. As Ramakic goes over the top towards Sheba, their defender gets hold of the ball. It just seems to be an aimless ball. I don't understand what the defender has done there, but he just fired it out for a corner where there was little to no pressure on him. And it looks like we're going to start to build from the back here. Springer kicks at the ball, almost loses it, but thank Christ can manage to get that tackle back in. Bernier now into Buttershon, who's come very deep, who finds Letner. Into Kraminski. These triangles are very nice. Sheba now on that far side. Can he find an overlap to Strela? He does. Can Strela get a cross in? He does. Buttershon gets a header, but it goes just wide. And this doesn't bode well. For only winning against this team 1-0, Sheba is running through on goal though. Can he find a goal? he does. With his first goal of the season, Andreas Lettner, just as I'm about to say, 1 goal against these, we should be winning by a hell of a lot more. Then Schieber comes and manages to just shit on my parade. And Lettner with a nice pass to Schieber, and he does all the work here, running through, and manages to beat the keeper at the near post. He does. Sort of goes over the top of the keeper, actually. Not the best thing in the world. I'm going to go cautious, drop the tempo, frequently waste time. And I think we should just save our energy here. As though Schieber wants his second goal of the season, he crosses into Buttershon with a header, and these headers are not doing anything. I think we need to just stop trying to cross, because it just doesn't work against anyone. Even if it's not working against these, it's not going to work in our league. And as we approach full time, there's 20 seconds remaining on the clock. It does look like we're going to win 2-0 against Rain and manage to get into the second round of the Pokal. DFB-Pokal, as Luca likes to play around from the back. Hartviksen getting some fitness in, because he did come back from a little bit of an injury. He was out for, I think, 2 to 3 weeks in pre-season. That's why he wasn't starting. Sehinovic was. And Schieber now comes with the ball. And we are just playing it round. There's 20 seconds over the allotted time here. Referee, thank you, does blow the whistle, and we do come to a 2-0 with 28 shots, 23 on target, and we didn't win by more. Do you know what? You may have won, but I'm still unhappy with the performance, because we should have beaten them by a hell of a lot more than we did. And yeah, comfortable win. We receive some money. Stroller on form. Beautiful. I will actually let you see something that I like to use between seasons to see if I've strengthened the squad. So let me just get it up for you. So this is my it's my 80-60 minute squad list. Basically, every season from the start, I've put the squad in and see how much it has grown. So the average, what I'm looking for is the average rating here, and the average ability and average potential are all the ones that I'm looking at. So between 19 and 20, we didn't improve. We then did improve, didn't improve, did improve, did improve, didn't improve, didn't improve, and then we have dropped. Obviously, this is without having a player in the squad, but let's have a look at the Nye that we got. He was 4-star potential, so if we put them in, our potential has grown, but our average has dropped by 0.2 on average. But our squad value has increased, but our average age hasn't. So he was 18, I think. So they get 21. So it's a bit iffy on if this team is better, and I don't know if they are. So let's jump back into the game. And yeah, it's just I don't know what to make of it. If we have a look at the competition in the Bundesliga, it's going to be much harder season this season. There's a lot of teams that are tipped just to go down 1,000 to 1 odds. So there is potential for us to be a lot higher this season than we were last, but we are still rock bottom of the odds, and I don't know how to improve our team drastically. If we have a look at the key players, Krogermar is now one of ours, so he's a key player. Slattery is a key player as well in the league. We've got 2 out of, what's that, like 30 players maybe? And as well as the first 11, so it could be even more than that. I don't know what to do. And hopefully we can put in some good performances. Let's have a look at the schedule. We've got, to be fair, right, so yeah, fair enough. Leipzig away, hard game, but Dusseldorf, Frankfurt, Köln, these are 3 teams that we need to be beating if we want to push on this season. Hopefully we can do. And I will come back with I'll do Köln and Schalke actually. I'll come back at Köln and Schalke and see what we have done so far. So thank you guys for watching this episode. If you have enjoyed it, make sure you click that like button, comment and subscribe. If you do end up subscribing, make sure you click that notification bell to stay up to date with everything on the channel. But until next time,